Hey, what's going on, guys? It's ETAPRIME back here again. Today we are back with the Aya Neo, and we're going to be testing out 10 PC games on this handheld gaming PC. Now, recently I've done two videos. In the first one, we did an unboxing, we went over the specs, ran some benchmarks, and tested out a few games. Performance here is really awesome for a handheld unit like this. And the second video I did was strictly dedicated to emulation. We tested out some Dreamcast, PSP, PS2, PS3, Wii U, Switch, and a couple more. And again, when it comes to emulation on this device, I'm really impressed. But I've had a lot of people ask me to test out some more PC games, so that's exactly what we're going to do in this video. But before we jump right into it, I just want to give you a quick rundown on the basic specs. So this is known as the Aya Neo. We have the Ryzen 5 4500U, 6 cores, 6 threads, base clock of 2.3 GHz with a boost up to 4.0. Built-in Radeon 6 graphics at 1500 MHz, 16 GB of LPDDR4X running at 4266 MHz, a 7-inch IPS touchscreen at 1280 by 800, and a 47 watt-hour battery. Like I mentioned, I got two other videos. If you're interested in checking those out, links are in the description, but now it's time to jump right into some gaming. So first up, we have Halo 3, and I just have this sitting stationary. As you can see, we do have those built-in controls, but just to make it a little easier on me, I'm using a keyboard and mouse to control these games that you're going to see in this video. With each one of these games, we're going to be running at the native built-in screen resolution of 1280 by 800. I will have the name of the game, resolution, and settings used for each game on screen. Plus, I have Afterburner running on the unit itself so we can see what's going on. And with each one of these games, we're at the stock wattage on the CPU. You can either take this down or bring it up a little bit, but it's set at 15 to 17 watt, and I wanted to keep it there because that's what it's set at out of the box, and this is the kind of performance you can expect out of it without any tweaking. Next up, we got Overwatch, and it runs really well on this device at medium settings. Now, if you just want to run this at 60, you can take this up to high, turn VSync on, and it'll run at 60 all day. But if you want to get a little bit more out of it, just drop it down to medium like you're seeing in this video, and you can get an average of 88 FPS out of this one. So what I'm going to do is just let some of these games play out. If I run into any issues, I will jump back in.
Or get run over.
So here's Microsoft Flight Simulator, and going into this I knew performance wasn't going to be great. I've tested this in the past on a 4500U, and it's just a little too much for this chipset. Now I did also try this at 25 watts. I used RYZEN Master and bumped the TDP up to 25 watts, and I could still only average about 23 FPS out of this one. So this unit is going to be hard pressed to play this game even at a higher wattage. Cyberpunk 2077. Now I've seen this game tested on the Aya before, and I've seen people getting better performance out of it. That was usually indoors and maybe in the city in more confined spaces. Out here in the desert, as you can see, it's not doing great. Now again, just like Flight Simulator, going into this one, I knew it was going to be a hard game to run. Now if you're in the city and indoors, you will get much better performance out of it. But overall, as playability goes, if you want to just play through this whole game, there are spots where you're going to see frame rates like this. And the final one I tested was Red Dead Redemption 2. I just ran a benchmark on it, and you might notice that I'm not filming the screen. That's because I ran into an issue. At 1280 by 800, it would go off to the side of the screen. It would be in the bottom left-hand corner, even if I was at full screen, borderless, or window mode. So what I had to do was plug in a USB Type-C to HDMI adapter to get it up on another screen, and even at 1280 by 800, it did fill the screen. So hopefully this issue can be ironed out before the official release of the Aya Neo. But right now, personally, I was having issues running this game on the built-in screen, and this was the only one that it ever happened to. So with Red Dead Redemption 2 and the built-in benchmark at 1280 by 800 low settings, we got an average of 36 FPS. If I could lock this at half VSync and play it at 30 on a handheld, that's pretty impressive to me. So yeah, that was 10 more games tested on the Aya Neo. If there's anything else you want to see running on this unit, just let me know in the comments below. I was also thinking about doing a video showing off the performance of this unit at 25 watts. Now in handheld mode on battery, you really don't want to be running this at 25 watts, but in a dock session with a USB Type-C to HDMI adapter and wall power, you can totally get away with. I mean, the cooling system they've implemented in the Aya Neo actually handles 25 watts quite well. So if you're interested in seeing a video like that, just let me know in the comments below. But that's going to wrap it up for this one. If you want to check out the emulation performance of this device or benchmarks and some other PC games running, just check out my other two videos. I'll leave links for those in the description. But like always, thanks for watching.